In the early 1960s, a team of researchers walked into an elementary school and gave a standard intelligence test to a group of students. After the test, the researchers did something unusual. They lied to the teachers. They picked a few students completely at random and told the teachers that these specific children were academic geniuses who were about to experience massive growth. In reality, these children were completely average. They had no special talents, and their test scores were completely normal. But over the next year, a shocking transformation occurred. The students who were randomly labeled as geniuses actually became top performers. Their IQ scores skyrocketed, and their academic execution left everyone else behind. The educators were completely stunned by the results. They could not comprehend how a simple, fabricated label could physically alter the intelligence and output of a child. What the world was witnessing was the absolute, undeniable power of human expectation. When a dominant figure projects a specific belief onto your identity, they unconsciously change their behavior toward you. They give you more attention, better feedback, and more room to grow. Eventually, your mind bends under the weight of their expectation, and you become exactly what they decided you were. Lock your focus onto this analysis and do not look away for the next 4 minutes, because we are breaking down the hard reality of how people use this mechanic to control you. Stage 1. The subtle injection of defect. A covert manipulator or an envious group understands this psychological law perfectly. But instead of using it to elevate you, they use it to break you. They do not attack your talent directly. Instead, they begin projecting a very specific negative label onto your actions. They constantly look at your execution and call you careless, unstable, or too sensitive. They say it calmly, and they say it often. They treat your normal mistakes as major character flaws, while completely ignoring your massive victories. Stage 2. Documenting the fake reality. To survive inside that social circle or workplace, your mind naturally seeks harmony. You want to prove their negative labels wrong. But the more you fight to clear your name, the deeper you step into their trap. You begin double-checking every text, hesitating before you speak, and overthinking your every move to avoid their criticism. This constant anxiety drains your mental battery. Because you are operating under massive psychological stress, you eventually make a real, careless mistake. The moment you stumble, they smile. They say, "See, I told you that you couldn't handle it." Now, pull your mind completely out of that 1960s classroom and look directly at your current workplace, your family dynamic, and the friendships that leave you feeling drained and confused. You're not reading an academic study. You're looking at a mirror of your own life. You have become the victim of a dark psychological setup. You are not naturally clumsy, you are not failing, and you are not losing your mind. You are simply bending under the heavy weight of their negative expectations. They have intentionally built an environment where you are meant to fail. And here is the exact, unvarnished reason why they are doing it. Stage 3. The security of your suppression. The true reason these individuals project failure onto your identity is because your actual potential terrifies them. They know that if you ever operate at your true voltage, you will completely outgrow their reality and leave them behind. So, to keep you manageable, they must keep you broken. They create a fake narrative that you are weak, and they force you to live inside that box. They would rather watch you constantly apologize for your existence than risk watching you stand completely alone in your own power. Stage 4. The final execution. The ultimate goal of this toxic cycle is total self-sabotage. Every time you accept their criticism without a fight, every time you minimize your intelligence just to make an insecure person feel comfortable, you are reinforcing the trap. You are no longer acting on your own free will. You have allowed their dark expectations to rewrite your subconscious programming. They do not need to lock you in a cage anymore because you have successfully trained your own mind to lock itself in film. Stop allowing mediocre minds to write the script for your identity. They do not possess the depth to measure your worth, and they do not have the right to define your capability. The opinions of envious people are not facts. They are just survival mechanisms for their own fragile egos. This is your reality check. The setup has been exposed. The algorithm did not bring you here. Your readiness to reject their labels did. If you choose to scroll away and remain silent, you are giving them permission to finish writing your failure. Secure your place in this high intelligence frequency. Hit the subscription button like this analysis and leave a comment below with the words, "I write my own code," to signal that you are taking your identity back right now. This analysis is officially closed.